So many men out there are feeling unfulfilled. In fact, this isn't limited to just men. I feel as though there's so many people out there living a life where they feel extremely unfulfilled. There was a man who spent years climbing a mountain, convinced that when he reaches the top, he will be happy. Every step, every struggle, every sacrifice was justified, that when he reaches the peak, it would be worth it. Now, the day finally came, he reached the top, expecting to feel some sort of euphoria or happiness, but he didn't feel anything. He just felt still empty. Now, that's not to say that he didn't enjoy the journey or that the view wasn't beautiful, but he couldn't help but feel, is this it? This is called arrival fallacy. Now, a lot of us are actually living our lives this way. It's a lie that we tell ourselves that once we reach a certain goal, happiness will follow. Now, we do it all the time. You know, once I get fit, I will be happy. Once I get the job I want, I'll be happy. Once I earn a certain amount of revenue, I'll be happy. Once I, in a relationship, I'll be happy. Once I get married, I'll be happy. Once I get the dream house, once I get the next car, once I get the perfect car, once I get the perfect outfit. Emptiness and that void will always remain because you're constantly changing the goalpost. You're constantly changing the finish line. And no matter how much you achieve, the void will always remain. And there's levels to this. We often do this with time or other variables. Once I, get to a certain age, I'll do something. Once I get in shape, I will get a trainer. Once I earn a certain amount of money, I'll start a business. Once once the timing is right, I'll start that podcast or that business. Once I get a certain amount of customers or revenue, I will scale, so on and so forth. And a wise man once told me that there is no perfect time, yet the perfect time is always now. Meaning that there will never be a more perfect time than now. And if you keep waiting for the perfect time, it doesn't exist. All we have is now. And the more we move the goalpost, the more we keep changing our minds with things, the more we keep pushing the finish line, the more we will just be chasing that carrot in front of us. You see, happiness isn't at the top of the mountain. It's actually in the climb. It's in the struggle, it's in the sweat, it's in the slow transformation. You see, the best moments aren't when you arrive. They're when you're too focused on becoming better to care about the destination. You see, a sculptor doesn't rush to finish the sculpture. The masterpiece is in each chisel that he takes, each strike that he has, and he has to keep showing up each and every day and enjoying the process and putting faith in the process that the masterpiece is there underneath. It's in the patience and it's in the craft itself. You see, if you live for a rival, you will never be satisfied. But when you love the process, everything changes. You stop asking what's in it for me, and you start showing up for the work. And ironically, that's when the happiness, the success, the zen, the peace, whatever it is that you're looking for, finds you. You see, the process is the prize. Every rep, every set, every sacrifice, every struggle, every single time you show up, it's shaping you into the person who is ready for the reward. Now, there's so many people out there that get it quicker than you, will become successful way too quick, and they also lose it just as fast. All right, it's same as the people that go viral but don't have the systems in place and don't understand why it is they went viral in the first place. Everybody's chasing virality at the expense of selling their souls, but when they go viral, then what? All right, and then they post again, and they may be showing up, but they haven't understood what got them viral in the first place. And what happens is they've skipped what matters most, because the struggle is what builds you. You see, the time gap between the work and the results isn't punishment, it's preparation. And that's where you start shedding your old beliefs, and that is where you actually level up. And in the end, it's not really about what you achieve. It's who you become that matters more. The title, the body, the car, the house, it all fades. But who you become in the process is what matters. The habits, the routine, the wisdom, the experience, that's what matters most, because those are what you can take into, okay, who am I teaching this to, right? What impact am I leaving? What's my legacy gonna look like? Who am I bringing along the way, right? The people around me, how do they feel about me as a person? Every time I always say this, when you leave an interaction with somebody, how do they feel, right? How do you feel? Do you feel drained or do you feel charged, right? Now ask yourself, how do they feel, right? And if you feel as though you're leaving people drained, all the things that you're acquiring don't matter. You should be you should be inspiring other people, not intimidating them. Your wisdom should be putting you in a position where you're helping other people, and when you're dead and gone, the things that you did had a bigger impact. Your success and who you're becoming should, what's the right word? It should inspire people, not intimidate them, but also it should teach them and not impress them. Don't worry about impressing people. Focus on leaving an impact. I think that's the word I was looking for. Your success should have an impact, not impress, right? We live in an age now where everybody's about social media and everybody's focused on the destination and everybody's focused on that peak of the mountain. Everybody's focused on the end goal, but nobody cares about the process, right? And this is what has, when you do it for the long run, when you do it for the right reasons, you leave an impact. All right, you don't care about impressing people, you leave an impact, because that is what stays forever. So the question that you should be asking yourself isn't when will I get there? It's who am I becoming in the process?